Welcome, willkommen, bienvenida, merhaba, selamat datang, irashaimasu, xin chào chú ý. I'm Minty Bray, PA to Patrick Horn, and I'm welcoming you to the St. Unicorns Trust movie entitled
How St. Unicorn Changed My Life with Leigh Neigh.
The St. Unicorns Trust is a not-for-profit organisation dedicated to cantering around creating new and better realities. Well, ever since I was born, I was always called a helper, and well, I don't know how that happened, but it was quite nice because I loved to help. And initially, obviously, I started to help my family, my parents first of all, God rest their souls, and then my older sister Lucy and my younger brother Luke. But unfortunately, well, my help wasn't very well received at the beginning, but we get along fine now, so it's okay. And I had lots of responsibilities at school, which was really exciting. I think when I first got there, I got the responsibilities of milk monitor, cloakroom monitor, and hymn book monitor. And that was really, really rewarding. And as I went through the school, I became head girl and prefect. And I even became a counsellor, actually, which was brilliant. I really enjoyed that. But I felt, as I left school at 16, I just felt that, well, I had a calling. And I felt it was to try and help the other gender species, if you will, which is men. And so that's what I tried to do. So basically, I ended up at one point having about 43 different partners, which, let me tell you, my week was chaotic. And I know women, generally, they try to change men, but I wasn't trying to change men. I was just trying to improve them. Anyway, in hindsight, it didn't work. Men are idiots, and I'm an even bigger idiot for trying to help them. And basically, the whole thing just turned into well, terrible, really. They were very bitter, and they weren't very nice, and they didn't appreciate what I was doing for them. And it just started to get worse and worse and worse, and I actually started to resent them, which was quite funny, really. And in the end, it just turned so bad that it just boiled over and over and over, and in the end I just sort of exploded, really, because I just couldn't take anymore. Well, after all the stress, I ended up being sectioned. And I met this woman, and she told me about the ward that we were in, and that it wasn't named after the little brown bird famous for its song, as I thought it was. It was actually named after a woman called Florence Nightingale. And she told me a bit about this woman who was a nurse, and she administered help to the soldiers in the First World War. And as she told me more about her, I realised that I really could relate to her and understand why she was helping these men, just like I had, helping all those other men. And after a time, I really began to understand what I was going through. And the woman also told me that she was a member of this trust, the St. Unicorns Trust. And she told me that if I joined, they could teach me and help me learn how to help people better, more efficiently, and help myself in the process, which sounded absolutely brilliant. And so, cut a long story short, I am now PA to Rose Horn, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I have immense responsibilities in administering help to all those members of the trust, and I get cups of tea and coffee and hand out little broken biscuits. So it's all really lovely. And what else is really, really interesting that I've learnt is with all these technological advances and methods, scientific methods and things, well, nothing's more efficient and nicer than a bit of tender loving care. And so if you feel that you need some help and from us and want to talk to us, then please come to the St Unicorns Trust Centre on the 10th of September, because we'd love to meet you and help you solve your problems.